You're locked into the Grizzly Digital Network. It's time for Grizzlies Live. Now, let's go live to the voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery. I'm Matt Mahoney. We start things off with our head tennis coach, Chase Hodges. Coach, I'd ask how you're doing, but I think I got an idea.
Doing great. Can't complain, Matt.
The Grizzlies, fresh off their run to the NAI National Championship in the fall, we've documented it here before, individual competition, individual tournaments. Of the 4 brackets that we participated in, GGC Tennis takes home 3 national championships.
Not a bad performance.
That was awesome. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I know that was the goal you guys set out as soon as you got to campus.
Right.
Did you expect to win 3 of the 4? Were you hoping to get 1? What was the mentality, and did it change throughout the course of the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, we felt going in, we had a good shot at all of them, and you know, when you come home and you get 3 national championships, that's huge. Women's singles, Valeria Pota, for her to win that national championship, that was one of her goals, and for her to accomplish that, extremely proud of her. And then our beast, Kevin Confederak, had a phenomenal match with Jordan Cox. Jordan's a beast as well. Those guys went after it, had a match for the ages in the NAI National Championship singles final. Could have gone either way, about a 3-hour match, and Kevin pulled that one out. Then Jordan and Kevin won the doubles, and you know, we couldn't have gone much better.
And what's great is I think the video that's out there on the Grizzly Digital Network now, if you haven't had a chance to check that out, but Kevin mentions it and you just talk about it. I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit.
Sure.
So Saturday in the NAI National Championship, Kevin and Jordan go head-to-head.
Sure. Yeah.
For a 3-hour-long match.
Right.
Kevin wins. He's the NAI National Champion. He turned around and played another 3-hour match. He was on the court for 8.5 hours on Saturday.
It was a grind. I mean, right after he played Jordan, he had to turn around and go to the Super Bowl semifinals. He played the junior college national champion. He was a phenomenal player. Kevin beat him in an extremely long, tight match, 3-setter. And then after that, Kevin had to turn around and play the Super Bowl doubles semifinals against the junior college national champs from Seminole State, and they pulled that one out. Very tight match. So 8.5 hours on the court for him on Saturday. Had to turn it back around on Sunday and play the Super Bowl singles and doubles final, and played phenomenal.
And that's what I wanted to get to Sunday. You know, we showed up able to document it a little bit. And again, we just got a little tip of the iceberg of what was the whole weekend.
Right.
Kevin won the Super Bowl. An hour, maybe 6'2", 6'2". I mean, how does he do that after playing on the court for 8.5 hours the next day? Just cruises, not once but twice, teams up with Jordan for that Super Bowl championship.
Yeah, I think Sunday was the best day in terms of performance.
Wow.
You know, it was almost like, you know, when you survive in advance. You know, when Kevin survived that match with Jordan, you know, he got through the semifinal on Saturday, and then that final against the #1 player in the country from Azusa Pacific was really a routine match, won it very easily. And then in the doubles, same thing. Jordan and Kevin, they had their survival match in the NAI semifinal round. They beat the #1 team from UNOH, who was very good. They beat them 10-7 in the third set tiebreaker. They were down 6-3. They survived that match. They beat Matthias and Lachlan in the NAI doubles final, and then they get a relatively routine final in terms of Super Bowl, winning that match in straight sets. So, you know, it's all about, you know, surviving, and they did that. And, you know, when you do that, good things happen. And for us to be heading to New York City is phenomenal. I'm excited.
Yeah, I want to get to New York City in just a minute here, but I want to decompress maybe. And I'm maybe putting the cart before the horse just a little bit here. But Clay Trainham and I were talking on the way back home, trying to put what was accomplished in perspective, okay? Sure. And so as a unit maybe, I think Kevin Confederak is perhaps, and I guess it shows, the best tennis player outside of Division I ranks.
Yeah.
We think there's somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 tennis players in the nation at the collegiate level outside of Division I. And Kevin Confederak's the best. Kevin and Jordan maybe the best doubles. I mean, is that somewhat close maybe?
Outside of D1 for sure, and I think if you throw D1 in there, we'll have a chance to prove where we are in New York. I think in all of college tennis, we have some guys that can get it done. So we'll have a chance to prove that. Jordan as well. Jordan's going to be number 2 in the nation when the rankings come out. So, we have the top 2 players in the country on our team.
And so tell me about New York. They're going to go to the Billie Jean King Tennis Center indoor facility in New York next month in November.
Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about that format. Give me a little preview.
Yeah, November 12th through the 15th. We'll leave probably on the 10th, get there and train on the 11th, and start play on the 12th. Basically, it's a format where if you win in advance, you have a chance to win that national title as well. If you lose, they put you in a consolation bracket, so you are guaranteed a lot of matches. But really, the men's singles is a draw of 32.
Okay.
So it's 32 players, best players in all of college tennis. And then in the men's doubles, there's 20 doubles teams. So you got 32 competitors in singles, 20 in doubles, and you just play it like a normal draw, win and move on. And it all depends. A lot of it depends on the draw.
Correct. I've learned a lot about tennis.
Right. We haven't seen the draw yet, so when that gets released, you'll be able to have a better feel for how things might go. Right now, we really have no idea. But bottom line is, those 2 guys are out training today at 1 o'clock. The preparation started today. I gave them Monday and Tuesday off. So today at 1 o'clock, we're going to be out there trying to get better, work on some things. And then moving forward, we're going to have to find some indoor courts because tennis is a lot different indoors than outdoors.
Very good. Mm-hmm. And I think what I learned in this Sumter trip is being in Mobile, being in Athens, people are learning who we are. You're learning about Grizzly tennis. You're learning about Chase Hodges and Jordan Cox and Confederate and Valerio Pota. But now it's almost like we're being recognized. Like, oh, here comes Georgia Gwinnett. So give me a word. That's a long transition in just a short amount of time. Give me a word that describes this tennis program.
I'd say championships is the word. That's what that's the goal, and we've been able to win 6 national titles. Kevin picked up an extra sportsmanship award. He had quite a week.
Quite a year.
Quite a year, exactly. 2015 NAIA Freshman of the Year as well. He's getting it done. All our team in general, but championships is what we thrive to get, and that's what we've been able to do.
You mentioned those championships. We've now have 3 team national championships and now 3 individual national championships, giving us 6 total.
6 total.
Can you compare those 3 versus the other, or how different are they? Maybe is a better question.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. We value all of them. Obviously the team wins are a little more special in the recognition of you have a total group. But that shouldn't take anything away from the individual ones because these players work extremely hard to achieve that. So, I'd say this past weekend in Sumter is up there with all the accomplishments we've had. And to have 6 national championships at Georgia Gwinnett is only something that we can continue to grow on, and we're going to be going for 2 more in May.
2.5-year period, 6 national champions.
Yeah.
Chase Hodges, thanks for jumping by.
Appreciate it. Anytime.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back and head women's soccer coach Chris Kouns right here on Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm James Williams, Head Athletic Trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student-athlete development program designed to help student-athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student-athletes. For more information about our student-athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're joined now by head women's soccer coach Chris Kouns. Coach, how are we doing today?
As always, doing terrific.
Tough act to follow here.
When you're following somebody who just rolls out national championships like quarters, I don't exactly know what I'm supposed to say, but I'll give it a go.
Well, we'll try here. We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Potentially the two best games the Grizzlies have played here in recent past. A week ago, Wednesday night against Reinhardt, and now this Monday night against Brunel. You got to like their performance.
I do. I like the fight. Honestly, it wasn't necessarily our best soccer. There were moments where it was terrific. But I think that the fact that we have rebounded and we came past two very difficult in-state opponents, that really bode well for us.
As we take a look at some of the highlights here from the Reinhardt game, Grizzlies score first in this contest. Reinhardt gets an equalizer, but again, these sort of set pieces are starting to grow a little bit. You can see kind of the depth and the development. Is that something you guys have been working on?
It is. I mean, we've really been working on the fact that we would love to be able to put people in different spots and still be successful. As you know. And I think that because we are a little beat up right now, we're just requiring for some other people to step up, and they've done that.
And so, to me, you and I talked a little bit about this. To me, I've never seen a soccer game like that where the intensity started at 0 and finished at 10, and it was a straight incline up. Normally, soccer can be a roller coaster.
Yeah.
This was a straight incline up in terms of intensity and excitement and energy, and it finishes with Amy Moreland double overtime from Gold Coast to Australia to Golden Goal here in Lawrenceville.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was telling the girls afterwards, I said, I spent a long time in Division I, and truly that was as much of a war as any Division I game that I've ever been involved with in terms of the intensity, the focus, the fight. I mean, the fans were in it, the players were in it, the coaches were in it. It really was a war, and it was a great thing to come out on top of.
In this roller coaster of the season, I should have known better because the Grizzlies just keep rolling at home here. Continues again against Brunel on Monday night. How important was it for the Grizzlies after giving up a tough goal early in the second half to get one right back for Coach?
It was really important that we did get one back. I think that it had been building. Their goalkeeper made just 3 phenomenal stops. I mean, we really felt like we were on the right foot and we were going to score. But once they got the cheapie, it was important for us to come back in the next 5 minutes and just say, okay, you know what, we got this. Let's just keep going.
Maybe adversity of a different sort comparing Reinhardt to Brunel, but what sort of adversity did the Grizzlies overcome against Brunel Monday night?
I tell you, Brunel, I mean, first off, we were really beat up. You've got Jessica Beasley playing on half a foot. You've got Amy playing with a bad knee right now. You've got Stina, who is now probably gone for the season with her injury. So we really were seeing that kind of adversity, that the early schedule of all those very, very difficult teams has taken a physical toll on us.
And so the Grizzlies get the game winner. This one's by Tiffany Rodriguez. And now all of a sudden the storyline changed a little bit. Do the girls have a little flair for the dramatics here? Some late inning heroics?
I tell you, I think what it is, and I will give them a lot of credit, is that we really hammer the focus and the intensity and the fight. And I think that when it's come down to the end of games, that has been a difference this year from maybe years past, where this year the girls know that we're going to fight until the very end and we expect to win it.
And I don't know if you've picked up on this. I like stats and numbers and comparing things. So what stat best represents this team right now? A record of 7-5-1, 7-0 at home, or now 3 game-winning goals in the last 10 minutes or so, 85th minute and on?
I like, honestly, the 3 game-winning goals. I think that really that's the change of culture. The record at home, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But when you're talking about playing till the end and fighting till the end, I think that's the culture we're building here.
Well, the Grizzlies got another fight on their hand here tonight. You're going to travel on the road to Point.
Yep.
Can we change?
2 hours.
2 hours, we're hitting the road. Can we change that story? Because we're 7-0 at home. Can't quite get the victory on the road. Do you expect it tonight?
I expect that we will give the effort equal to it. And I think that if we take care of business and we simply play the way we've been playing, we will be fine.
And I got great news for you, Coach, because regardless of how tonight goes, we'll be back at home on Saturday night.
Exactly.
And there's a lot. It's homecoming here at GGC. Homecoming week. We kicked it off with women's soccer. We're going to main event Saturday night with women's soccer here. We had a really good crowd and backing Monday night here. What are you looking forward to on Saturday?
I tell you, I think that it's exciting to be a part of a homecoming. That's one of the neat things at Georgia Gwinnett is that soccer can be that feature on homecoming. I think we're also having an opportunity to show more to the campus at large. I think the last game We had a terrific crowd with the deans and the students, and I think that the more we can put on entertaining performances, the more we're going to bridge that gap, and we really will take on fans.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight. We're really looking forward to Saturday as well. Safe travels.
Thank you very much.
Head women's soccer coach Chris Kouns. We're going to take a break and come back with head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl right here on Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network. The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. It's time to gear up, Grizzly fans. Right now, you can find all the latest Grizzly gear to support your team by visiting the Georgia Gwinnett College official bookstore inside the Student Center. Or simply shop online anytime, anywhere by visiting ggc.bncollege.com. From hats and t-shirts to jackets and one-of-a-kind collectibles, you can find it all with the official GGC bookstore. Plus, on game day, be sure to swing by the merchandise table at the stadium. So pick up your favorite item today and show your Grizzly spirit. Go Grizzlies! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live. We welcome aboard head baseball coach Brad Stromdahl. Coach, how are we doing?
Good, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Most people think like October, and they think of the leaves changing and pumpkin spice flavored everything. But October to me means baseball. I mean, playoff baseball. You guys have been in the fall. Have you been able to watch a little bit of Major League Baseball?
A little bit.
Yeah, there are 4 teams left. You got a maybe not a favorite or one you're rooting for, but who do you want to see maybe win the World Series?
The Cubs didn't play very good defense last night.
I think everybody's rooting for the Cubs.
Man,
but
I just like it's a great story.
Yeah,
but I just like good baseball.
Don't we have a friend, Chris Medlin, for the Cubs on that team?
The Royals.
For the Royals, they're playing good too.
They're playing. Everybody's good right now.
Mets starting pitching looks.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good.
I think we can talk the rest of the show. But
I like trick-or-treating when I think of Halloween.
That's what October, trick-or-treating for you? Fair enough. Well, let's talk a little Grizzly baseball here. Most people think you guys just take 6 or 8 months off at a time here, and then we just show up in January and everything's great. What sort of work have the Grizzlies been putting in here in the fall?
We've been practicing since really the middle of September.
Yeah.
So we go out there 5 or 6 days a week, depending on the weather, and we go out and we go through our defense. It's the same stuff that we do in the spring. We just don't play any. We don't play any competition versus outside opponents right now. But guys are in there doing the weight room, doing the speed training. We're really trying to solidify the foundation so that when we get going in January, we're ready to go and try to win some ball games.
You mentioned we don't have an opponent. We don't have a win or a loss in the fall. So how does coach measure success in the off-season or in the fall practice?
It's not necessarily, you don't really measure success. You really just try to implement all of your strategies. There is absolutely zero way to replace going first to third on a base hit to right field.
Correct.
You just can't do it in a simulated situation. So what we try to do best is work on the fundamentals in terms of the ground balls, the base running, the outfield, what our pitching strategies are, and really try to execute those as best we can so that when we actually start to play games in January, we're ready to go.
The Grizzlies, when they do play, they play pretty well. Back-to-back 50-win seasons. Is that kind of like the new bar for the program, or have you guys talked about team goals for the spring just yet?
We don't really focus on that. What we want to do is we want to be ranked in the top 5 in the country. I think that's a reasonable goal for us, based on what we've done in previous seasons.
Sure.
I think that our job is to win the conference tournament, put ourselves in a position to hopefully host a regional again, and then if we're fortunate enough to get to a regional, to win that regional, get to the World Series. Just like last night, you drop 2 balls in the outfield, you make a couple bad decisions.
Yeah.
That means we win the World Series.
Right.
And it comes down to, we're preparing ourselves hopefully to win the World Series, and we got to get there first.
I feel like coaches, and correct me if I'm wrong, always looking forward, preparing to win, preparing to recruit, always looking forward. There's 4 guys on this team right now: Sheldon Connor, William Pascal, Austin Smith, and Jared Woods.
There's one that you're missing.
Who am I missing?
Adam Clark.
Adam Clark, that's right. He's been here. They've been here since day one. Have you thought at all, reminisced a little bit about the 2012 season and where this all has been
Sure.
and where you've come in such a short amount
It's
of time?
actually funny, when we started out practicing, we kind of go through the same stuff because our philosophy doesn't really change. And so Jared and Sheldon and Austin and Adam are like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, we've done this how many times in our lives? We don't need to do it anymore. We're good. So we had a good laugh out of that, and it just kind of goes to show that what we've done from the start, from practicing at North Gwinnett High School, at Collins Hill, down in Loganville, kind of going all over the place to drive and practice before we had a facility, and to now to see what it is today. It's a great time to reflect on what we've done in the past, and those guys and others have been a huge part of the success that we've had, to date, and hopefully moving forward in the future.
Yeah, moving forward for sure. 9 Grizzlies have moved on from last year's team to this year's team. Give me an idea of who's a name or a face that we don't know as fans, but we will pretty quickly.
We've recruited a lot of really, really great players to come into the program. I think that on the mound, there's about 4 or 5 guys that'll be new to us. Nikolai, Uric came in. He was here last year, but he redshirted, so not a lot of people will know him. Will Solomon, left-handed transfer pitcher. Kyle Fembres, transferred from a school out in Oklahoma. And that's just the beginning of on the mound. I think that on the mound we're going to be very, very good. In the field, we had a transfer from North Carolina by the name of Josh Merrigan. Trumon Jefferson is going to really help us out in the outfield as well. And there's just a bunch of guys that are in the mix throughout every position almost, which
that's
is a
part
great
of the
thing.
fall, right? Trying to figure this stuff out.
It's just depth, and that's the great part about where we're at. Asking for new faces, they're all good.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be really exciting to see who comes to the top, who plays a support role. Who's a clutch hitter and he sucks this fall, but he's going to be a great hitter,
right?
Or a great pitcher in the spring. So this is the exciting part where we're getting into. Done with fall ball. Let's look forward to January, 29th at Southeastern, and then hopefully get our first W.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned moving forward from here, the 29th. I know that date's on your mind. Give me an idea. What are the Grizzlies' schedule-like timelines for Coach between now and that 29th? Got a couple breaks in there, but what can you accomplish moving forward?
Really, when we're done, we have what we call a scout day. And last year, I think we had 27 or 28 organizations out to watch us play. And Christian Turnipseed was fortunate enough to be drafted out of that. But it's an opportunity for us to showcase our guys, for them to showcase their skills in front of the scouts. After that day, we're done. We're going to have a nice little alumni gathering from previous seasons. Players come in, and then we'll get in the weight room 4 days a week. We'll condition twice a week. Over the course of 5 days, we'll have weekends off. We'll have Thanksgiving off. Come back home. Just continue to get physical and strong in the weight room. Take Christmas break off. First day of school will be our first practice in January. I think it's January 11th, I believe. And then, we'll have about 2.5 weeks to prepare.
Well, Coach, if the grin on my face doesn't give it away, I don't know if it's October or what, but I'm excited. And I can't wait for baseball to be back here at the Grizzly Baseball Complex. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a break. We're going to put a nice little bow on this show. You're watching Grizzlies Live at Newk's Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ian Potter, Assistant AD for Internal Operations at Georgia Gwinnett College. This year, we are proud to implement Be Great, our new student-athlete development program designed to help student-athletes develop the skills necessary to be successful leaders inside and outside of the classroom. In addition, we are launching the Grizzly Leadership Academy, which provides comprehensive leadership training to a select group of high-potential student-athletes. For more information about our student-athlete development programs, visit grizzlyathletics.com. Enjoy the game and go Grizzlies!
Hello, I'm James Williams, Head Athletic Trainer for the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies. Thanks to our friends at Gwinnett Medical Center, your Grizzlies receive first-class, quality health care right here in Gwinnett County. With daily hands-on recovery and state-of-the-art training facilities, the Grizzlies spend more time on the field than they do on the bench. So get in the game, Grizzlies, with Gwinnett Medical Center in Duluth and in Lawrenceville.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darren Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Here at Grizzly Athletics, we pride ourselves in our 5 core values: service, leadership, sportsmanship, responsibility, and the pursuit of excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast, and we thank you for your support of our program. Go Grizzlies!
The Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies compete in the heart of Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta. The Grizzlies currently field 6 teams and compete at the state-of-the-art Grizzly Athletics Complex. Georgia Gwinnett College is transforming higher education and celebrating 10 years since its charter class in 2005. As you plan your next trip to see the Grizzlies, log on to grizzlyathletics.com and select the Visitor's Guide. From driving directions to local points of interest and a listing of our proud sponsors, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We have 2 special guests with us here today. Our die-hard program fans may know who they are, but we want to give a proper introduction here. First of all, Scott Surratt, our facilities and groundskeeper manager. Scott, we want to send you off here. Scott is going to be moving on from here. How long have you been here with Grizzly Athletics?
2 years volunteer for the baseball team, and then half a year as the facilities and grounds manager.
Scott has used his time here at Grizzly Athletics to springboard him to another job. You're going back home, so to speak, alma mater at Georgia State, right?
Correct. I am going back to Georgia State where I did play baseball there, and I'm excited about the opportunity.
Well, Surratt, we're going to miss you, bud, all right?
Sir.
Good luck, man. You're always going to be part of the family, all right?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. And then we've got more bad news with Adam Jackson, who we've had on the Grizzly Digital Network here before. Adam, you're moving on as well here. We're going to miss you, assistant tennis coach, but we're really excited for you and your family. You're going to take a head job at Tusculum. And Adam, we're going to miss you, bud, and we're definitely glad to have you part of the program.
I truly appreciate it, and it's been a great thing to be a part of GGC family. And, it's bittersweet to move on, but I'm looking forward to new things.
Well, our right-along theme here, we've got our Grizzly trivia question. You're not allowed to answer. You're not qualified. Or you're qualified to answer it, but you're not eligible to win the drawing. But How many total NAIA national championships has Grizzly tennis won? Now, we're going to put that up on Twitter later on, or here in just right now. And so fans, log on to Twitter right now, reply to that tweet with the correct answer. 2, 4, 3, 4, or 6 are your answers. Tennis has been around for how many years? 3, 4 years?
We have been competing for 3 years. We're in our 3rd year of eligibility. That makes this question a little tricky. I do know the answer, though.
Yeah, we all know the answer to that. We talked to Chase. But Scott, we're going to miss you, but thank you very much. Adam, you too as well, man. Looking forward to keeping up with you guys here. A couple of quick promos here as well. Men's soccer will be back in action this Friday. Huge showdown down in Columbus, Georgia. They're going to take on a top 25 team in Thomas. So big well wishes to Steve DeCoux squad as they travel down to South Georgia. Women's soccer back in action tonight versus Point. And then big contest on the road, trying to get a big win for them. And then they'll be back for homecoming festivities this Saturday at 7 o'clock for kickoff. Homecoming festivities actually begin at 3:30 with the family-friendly fall festival. So fans, alumni, student, faculty, staff, the party gets going at 3:30 on Saturday. There's going to be a tailgate in the Grizzly Zone at 5 o'clock, and then kickoff again is at 7 o'clock, and all that's going on down at the Grizzly Soccer Complex on Saturday. So look forward to seeing you all there. MVP of the day is our production crew. Robert, Tamara, Colin, Marissa. We had some technical difficulty that is way too difficult to explain, but they all came through in the clutch, and the show went off without a bump. And so big thanks to them, the real MVPs of today, the guys working and gals working behind the camera. For the guy in front of the camera, I'm Matt Mahoney signing off saying so long, everybody. This is the Grizzly Digital Network.
We'd like to thank our corporate sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. You can watch archive broadcasts and feature stories in the On Demand tab of the Grizzly Digital Network. For the most recent information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com.